outside. Yeah.
Little Reese finally dropped the interview that he did about the situation, everything that happened with the stolen car. He did this interview with Futures TV, and a lot of people think that he's capping about the situation. He's actually lying about something. And looking at this interview, something is not right. It's not coming across well. And I feel like either he's not telling the whole story or he doesn't know exactly what happened to even explain the situation. And that's what I'm getting, because I'm listening to what he's saying. He said the people he was getting weed from pulled into the garage. He was trying to get out, and then they ran up to the car, started shooting up the car, and then two people ran up with their phones, started pointing their phones and stuff. And that's where I'm like, it got a bit weird for me. He is not telling the whole story. He's not really saying what happened. First of all, how do you even know these people? Who are these people? Like, you decided to get a pack from, you decided to drop you somewhere to get a pack from, and then all of a sudden these other people is running up, shooting up the car. Then they also said that they were shooting back as well. He said he was grazed in the head, the eye, and the mouth. This situation is crazy. Like, if you don't see that they literally tried to kill Little Reese, that they tried to take him out, then two other people started running up with their phone. He stole my car, and he said that he felt like they tried to cover up something. They're running up with the phone saying that he stole my car, he stole my car. The police slammed him on the ground, said that that's why he was bleeding so much. And when you guys saw that video that was going viral of the woman pointing at him, he said that he literally just been slammed by the police. As everything I told you guys, like, they literally tried to put him in the most uncomfortable position to where they can have him bleeding out and literally dancing. And that's what I saw, that's what I think actually happened. So this situation with Reese, either he doesn't know what's going on, or he knows exactly what happened and covering up the situation. Even when you listen to the interview, I don't feel like he's even saying nothing new. I feel like he's only saying and addressing what people actually were saying and seeing on camera and stuff, and that one with the phone. That's what I felt like he was mainly focused on. It's hard to think that he would get into this car, know the people, and then that situation happened where he didn't even know it was a stolen car, and he literally went to buy weed and stuff. I don't think that's the situation. I don't think he was there to buy weed. He could have been in a drill. He could have been on a drill. They could have all been on a drill, and that situation happened, because it just seems so weird that he would know these people. They wouldn't tell him it's a stolen car. They were dropping him off to get a pack, and all that happened, and people started running up with their phones and stuff, and it just doesn't make sense. He feels like they were on a drill, and then that's what he came up with to tell the people, and then that's what he came up with to give a statement, because he did give a statement to the police. That's why they did let him out. They also said that they had like a shootout, so basically they were shooting back, the people from the car shooting back and stuff, and that's what they were saying. So I don't think that he literally jumped in that car because he was trying to get weed. Obviously, he's not going to tell the whole story and stuff, because he is being watched. If anything, he is going to run with what he actually told them on paper, the statement that he gave. That's what he's actually going to tell the people in the interview, and that's what I think happened, to be honest with you. He's not telling the whole truth. What Little Reese is saying in the interview, it doesn't, and you can see his body language. You can see how something is just different about that interview from all the interviews that he did. And he said that he was never arrested. They literally just let him go after he went to the hospital and stuff. They took him to the hospital. That's what he said. So he is hiding something in this situation. And looking at that interview, I don't know what's different about it, but something is different from all his other interviews. I don't know if it's the color hoodie he's wearing. I don't know if it's his eyes, because his eyes look like mad wide in that interview and stuff. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he is definitely capping about something in this interview. There could be a few things that happened here. Either one, he is actually telling the truth, and it's just weirdly enough that actually happened, where he jumped into a car to get a pack and stuff, and then that situation happened. Or they all went on a drill, and then he came up with this story and stuff to tell them. Because in this interview right here, he said that he's still in the streets. All he was set up, they set him up and tried to take him out, and that's why they humiliated him at the same time, because they didn't get enough time to take him out. They were shooting up the car, but he didn't get hit. He got grazed. And if they are after him and they try to do him something, he won't come out and say that oh, they're after me, they're trying to do something, they're trying to kill me. He won't say that, because he don't know how people is going to receive that kind of stuff. Okay, then you don't know the people, why did you get in the car and stuff, and who were these people? I don't think the people that he hang around wouldn't tell him that he's getting into a stolen car. This is only part 2 of the interview. Hopefully he touched on it in a different interview. I feel like the question that I asked more gives him the opportunity to kind of tell everyone what we saw in the video, and that's exactly what he was doing. He was trying to defend what he saw in the video. The woman that was there and the guy that was running up with their phones, he didn't know them and they were actually capping. But it's funny because the way they shouted his name, they shouted his name like they knew him. They knew exactly what was happening, like they knew him. They didn't shout his name like they didn't know him. Even when you go back and you look at, they're like, little Reese, look at little Reese, he's bleeding out. They said his name like they knew him. And I also feel like that video was meant to be done. How is he out here stealing cars when he supposedly should have money and stuff? It doesn't make sense. So that video that was made, that video was meant to be made. And I think it was also meant to be made in a different situation. If that's what he said, if he's saying that he jumped into this car to get a pack and stuff and then they drove him to this garage, just seems too random and out of the blue for me. I'm actually starting to really think that he was probably on a drill and they had the shootout back and forth, and then the person in the car got hit as well. The person beside him in the passenger seat got hit. So all of that, like who got hit, where they got hit and stuff, all of it, I feel like they're not really telling the situation, and those people that were there definitely know him. There's no way that they didn't know about the car being tracked down as well. Yes, I feel like it was definitely tracked down. But then even thinking about that makes me think more that it makes sense that they would actually the car to do a drill and then run off. I don't know. That way I feel like it would be a bit more safer, where they wouldn't get the numbers of them, and even if they do, they can't really, identify the people who are inside the car. I feel like that was the main purpose of that car being stolen. And Reese knows exactly what happened. He knows why he was in that car. He wasn't in that car to pick up no pack. I don't believe that. Now looking at the interview, you can see he's lying, you can see something's not right. But even the way he's telling the story, it's like he's coming up with things in his head on the spot in that interview to try and not really tell people what happened, and to only tell you what you saw on the video and what he told the police in the statement. That's what I feel like. Hopefully he does a different interview and says things in a different way and asks different questions, and then we could actually get some sort of idea of what actually happened on that day. But for now, we haven't really got anything. So far we just got what we seen on video. He tried to debunk that and say, well, what they were saying on the camera, specifically that woman, that's not what happened. It was different. And yes, I was there to pick up a pack and stuff, and all of a sudden the shootout just happened, and that's what he's trying to tell people. But I feel like he was mainly clearing up what people saw. I don't think he was there to pick up a pack. He knows exactly why he was there and why he was in a stolen car with guns, because apparently they were shooting back. Vicious TV, they also asked him if he's planning to move out of Chicago and when he would do that. He said that he's not going to move because people want him to move and stuff, and he's going to move when the time is right. Doesn't look like he wants to even move out of Chicago.